Before and afters for you here. For years, men and some women have searched for ways to battle hair loss, whether it's with plugs or transplants or even wigs. But now there's a new procedure available in Calgary that's helping restore hairlines and doing it with less pain and suffering than other methods. And Dr. Louis Grandin from Sante Spa is here to explain how it works. Good morning.
Good morning, Jill.
Thank you for joining us here. Okay, let's dig right in, and we have some footage of the technology. So tell us a little bit about what it is and how it works.
Oh, it's essentially a robotic arm. It's designed by the same people who devised LASIK eye surgery. So it specifically looks at the hair growth pattern, and it picks out follicular units. It dissects them to a very small puncture site. So fundamentally, it's able to do a hair transplant without a scalpel, without incision. As you can see here, for instance, the robot determines the growth of the hair pattern, and it removes follicular units one after the other.
Okay. And who are the prime candidates to take advantage of this technology?
People who want hair transplants without a scar. It's a scalpel-free, scarless hair transplant. Also for people who've had transplants in the past and there's very little donor site, they've got a large scar, it will harvest around it. So it's a minimally invasive, disruptive technology because it's changing the way we perform surgery.
Okay, and how about a level of pain? Is it a painful procedure?
Not really, because we put local anesthetics. The person's fully awake, but it really doesn't hurt very much. So right here, it's determining the growth of the follicular units, the axis of growth, and it basically dissects the follicular unit. There's two punches, one that makes a small cut incision around the follicle, and the other one that dissects it. It's controlled by our head nurse right now, who basically determines the rate, the density of harvesting, and the rest of the procedure is performed by the surgeon, who will create the hairline, create the incision site, the direction of hair growth, and subsequently implants it.
Okay, now we have some before and after shots that are quite incredible. So let's have a look at some of the candidates who have had amazing results.
It's quite remarkable. And it will give density. It's very much like the hair transplant procedure. The main advantage is that there's no cut, there's no scars.
There's no scars at all. And then once the follicle is re-implanted, it continues to grow on its own.
That's right. Well, it's like planting a plant in a pot. The shaft, the hair will probably fall the next 2 weeks or so, but the papilla, the stem cells, the growth plate of the hair is permanently implanted, and within 6 weeks to 6 months, it will create a density of hair growth. It's quite remarkable.
Quite remarkable and exciting, I'm sure, for people who are seeking this out. What's the cost involved?
It's very similar to the classic technique. For small cases, it might perhaps cost more per follicles, but it's really the same price as a classic hair transplant procedure. So it all depends how much hair needs to be moved, and it's priced accordingly, really.
Okay, and you've had some good response?
Oh, yes, we have.
Yeah.
Well, for having done the procedure in the past in the traditional technique, it's remarkable how good the quality of the grafts are. I'm quite surprised because after all, it dissects it from an external view.
Right.
In the past, we used to dissect them under the microscope. I'm quite surprised by the quality of the graft and the rapidity at which they start growing.
Oh, interesting. Okay, and where can people find you?
Oh, we're on 14th Street, 1504 15th Avenue Southwest. You can't miss us. It's a big red building. It's a cosmetic surgical center.
Okay, terrific. Thank you so much, Dr. Grandin here with Sante Spa joining us this morning. Thank you. Wonderful technology to learn about, and that brings